Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a great night out there. This is Mickey's time. Come on in. Let me know as soon as you get here. Oh, what happened to my coffee? What happened to my Dr. Pepper? Look at that. I'm advertising for these people. Hello, Don Ledger. Congratulations. You're the gold medalist on today's run to the comment section. Darla Stewart in silver medal position. How you doing, Darla? How you doing, Dawn? Everybody go ahead and check in. We're going to have a great show tonight. I got a couple of stories to tell you. Good time. So, has it been the craziest time since the inauguration on the 20th? It's been nuts. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. It's just crazy. So do me a favor, as soon as you get here, check in. That way I'll know who's in the room. Hello, Sherry Clark. Glad to see you. All right, yes, those comments came through. Okay, Don, so I got to tell you about when somebody sends me something. Hello, Heidi Ho, Steve Hayes. So I got to tell everybody something, that when you send me something that I find uproariously funny, I may or may not type back, "This is the greatest thing since ever." Because what happens is, if somebody takes that and then publishes it, then all of a sudden now they're like, hey, this is the way that Mickey feels. And I'm in the middle, and I like funnies on both sides. I have one rule. Don't ever put yourself in a position where somebody can kick you in the jimmy. That's my one rule. So let's do this. Here we go. All righty. All right. Hello, everybody. Oh, my light. My light. How am I coming through? I'm going to turn on my light anyway. All right. So here we go. I knew my production crew is just going to get so fired all of this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Mickey, and this is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for Middle Americans, where we talk about everything that is relative to Middle Americans. We want to be inclusive. So we are not trying to say that Middle Americans are the only Americans that we are welcoming here. What we want to do is we want to have people that are visiting America. We want to have people that are immigrated to America, people that are, everybody in America. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, it doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter what color your skin tone is. It doesn't matter what gender you are. We want everybody to come here to get their information. And the reason why is I try to be as reasonable as possible. Now, today we're going to talk about something that doesn't have an answer. I'm going to tell you something today that just doesn't absolutely have an answer. I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the room. And any stretch of the imagination, by the way, I identify as cis. My pronouns are he and him. And I have a total respect for everybody that I deal with. I don't care what your background is. I always think that people are coming from a great place, and I always try to be inclusive. I always try to be understanding. Now, I wasn't always this way. I'm telling you what, a lot of people out there have seen me when I could be an a-hole. So don't think that I'm sanctificated. Is that a word, sanctificated? I don't want anybody to think that I'm sanctificated. I'm just a dude that's got an internet show because I got a couple of things to say. So my next project is going to be to save Parler. I can save Parler. I can save the internet. I can save the conversation. Somebody do me a favor. If you get me, and I mean this, if you can get me to talk to Dan Bongino, I will pay you $100. All that has to happen is Dan Bongino has to say, this person told me to call you, or this person put me in touch with you. Not a whole bunch of people, just one person. And if everybody gets a hold of Dan Bongino, and everybody emails him and says that you need to talk to Mickey because Mickey is a pretty smart cat and he can probably help fix your broken wagon, then I will send it to whoever Dan Bongino tells me to send it to. There's $100 out there waiting for you. So let's start with that. And then I'm going to fix Congress with Operation 535. So Don, to answer your question, yes, those hilarious little things came through. Although that it was blocked, you figure out a way to make it happen, and I like that, my friend. So Karen Kemp, hello, how you doing? And hello, Mark Calcaterra. I hope that you are recovering from your broken hand, and I hope that everything is going okay. All right, so I just want everybody to know that I don't know how what I'm going to tell you happened. I don't know how it happened. But my daughter in Oklahoma accidentally got a COVID-19 vaccination. Totally by accident. Totally by accident. My dad in Louisiana accidentally got a COVID-19 vaccination. It was impossible to know how that happened. My niece in Mississippi accidentally got a COVID-19, and my friend Jesse also accidentally got COVID-19 vaccinated. I say that it was a total accident because apparently there's no plan to get any COVID vaccination made or distributed. So if there's no plan and there's no distribution and nobody's getting shots, that means whatever happened to my daughter, my dad, my niece, and Jesse had to be an accident. Is that the craziest thing that you've ever heard? Well, there's no plan for any vaccination distribution. Well, something happened. I didn't walk down the street and accidentally get, I'm waiting on a vaccination. So there might not be a plan for me, but obviously there's a plan for my dad, my daughter, my niece, and Jesse in 4 different states, might I add. So these accidental COVID vaccinations have happened 4 different times. And then Fauci got on today. And look, I know that guy is America's darling. And he's probably, before this thing is all over, he's going to be honored with a presidential Medal of Freedom. Somebody's going to put it around his neck. He's been in the business of infectious disease control for 40 years down at the CDC. And after 40 years and getting us through the swine flu and getting us through the whatever the heck else flus that have been out there, he probably deserves it. He probably deserves it. And somebody goes, hey, so what's the plan? He's like, I don't know. It's all messed up. And then the reports are the Department of Defense. Reports from the Department of Defense says that there's no plan. Drug manufacturers say that there's no plan. There's no plan for distribution of that. And that pharmacies have been totally cut out of the system. Well, you might want to go tell the CVS pharmacy right down the road here that currently has them in stock, and the Brookshires that is right across the street that has them in stock. And you might want to tell Greystone Pharmacy up in Cabot, Arkansas, who just administered like 200 doses to teachers in Cabot, Arkansas, and teachers in 4 different schools inside of Cabot, Arkansas I just saw it on the news on KSLA TV. They did a story about a principal that coordinated it with a pharmacy locally in order to have her teachers vaccinated with COVID-19. Now, I don't know how that happened. It obviously was an accident that a principal in a little bitty town in Arkansas of 25 to 30,000 people was able to get her teachers a vaccination that had to go through the school board. You just don't think that a pharmacy just called them up and said randomly, hey, you know what? We're just dicking around. We got a UPS box, and it said that it was COVID-19 vaccination, and we want to give it to you. Just line up your teachers. We don't know where it came from. Apparently, there's no distribution system. This stuff just appeared. See, the way that it's working is, they did Operation Warp Speed. Something happened in 9 months, and all of a sudden, all of these manufacturers started producing vaccine that was authorized by the World Health Organization, the FDA, and the CDC. And then they said, all right, we're going to line them up. They put them in warehouses, apparently, and the military was going to start distributing those things, but apparently none of that happened. It's all a myth. It's all a rumor. So everybody you know that has gotten a vaccination, that did not happen. Just read the news today. The second thing, which just absolutely blows my mind, is that they're still scaring people and they're still blaming Trump. They're still blaming people and they're still blaming Trump. And that's absolutely the most crazy thing that you've ever heard, you know? Now, I don't know about the second dose. I know that my friend Jesse got a second dose and my dad's going back on the 4th of February. My dad was worried about it today. The reason that I know that CVS Pharmacy has these shots and that Brookshire's has these shots is because Dad goes, oh, look, hey, CVS and Brookshire's has these shots. I should go over there and get them. I said, oh, cool your jets there, hot shot. First of all, you can't get it until February 4th because that's 2 weeks after the first inoculation. And second of all, you've got an appointment to go back with Dr. Vancheri of the LSU Medical School, who's the coordinator in the local area for distribution of this vaccine. Now, what in the hell is Dr. Vancheri doing out there at the state fairgrounds if the system is broken? Why did I sit in line for 2 hours and 58 minutes the other day if we don't have a system? Now, there might be some hiccups in the system. The reason why there's hiccups in the system is because it's a new thing and everybody wants it. The first Pfizer vaccine that rolls off of the line has a 1 in 7 billion chance of going in you. The first vaccine that rolls off the line has a 1 in 7 billion chance of going into you. The second dose has a 1 in 699,000 or 699,999,999 chance of going in you. Those are very, very slim odds. You have a better chance of actually winning the lotto at $900 million than you did of getting either one of those two first vaccinations. And all of the people that are saying this is broke are taking the vaccination, saying, I'm going to be an example to prove that the vaccination is safe. How convenient is that? And I think that they need to get them. I think there are political leaders, because there's only 535 in Congress, there's only one vice president, there's only one president. I think that those people need to have the vaccination if they want to have the vaccination. They're the leaders of our country. The same thing goes for the governors, lieutenant governors, and the people in all of those things. Now, old people, teachers, first line, healthcare workers also need to have them. You go, well, why did your daughter, who's only 22 years old, get one? Well, because my daughter works in an emergency room as an intake person in Oklahoma. She doesn't do any of the whole medical stuff, right? But she greets the patients, she brings them in, she makes sure that they get where they need to go. She cleans the entire area. She is exposed to everybody that walks through the door in the emergency room in the hospital that she works. My dad's almost 90. My niece works in a hospital. And that's what the distribution system is. Now everybody's going, well, I don't have it yet. Well, of course you don't have it. You can make 1,000 of these every single hour, and there's still 7 billion people on the planet. And you go, well, what about the Moderna? Right, if they make 1,000 of yours, that means that we've doubled the output, but we haven't really made a dent in the 7 billion. How can we have a broken system if the system was okay when my dad went and got the vaccination on the 4th or whenever the hell he got it? I'm just saying. So don't pay attention to those people. We all have to be patient because in middle America, we've learned to be patient. We've learned to take whatever they give us up on the hill and just be patient. Because here's the deal. We're last on their list. We're last on everybody's list. It doesn't matter what your skin color is, what your economic status is. It doesn't matter what part of your country you're from, what region you're from. It doesn't matter what your religion. If you're a middle American, you're basically last on the list unless you fall into the category of being old, or being a frontline worker, being old, or being frontline worker, frontline medical care worker, being old, high risk? I don't know, whatever it is. So, but that's the way that it is. So, so ridiculous. 100 to charity. Don, if you can give me a hold of Dan Bongino, I will give it. Not only will I give you $100 that you can give to charity, but I will match that as well. Darla Bennett says, that is so ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Here's the deal. Oh, Susie said she ordered a t-shirt and a car sticker. Oh, thank you very, very, very much. I greatly appreciate it. Operation 535. Hold on, quick plug. Quick plug. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't know what I'm going to do the money for this thing, but I know that my intention is, in order to put this in so that Operation 535 is a total success and we get rid of all incumbents currently sitting in Congress. It's a great idea. It's going to take off. Do me a favor. At the bottom of all of your posts, you don't have to explain this, but at the bottom of your post is the last thing you put. Just go 535. Just put the numbers 535. Love, Mickey, send. Just do that at the bottom. And then everybody's going to go, hey, what's a 353? And then they're going to go, well, 535 is Operation 535. They have a website. I got to work on that. I'd still suck. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace everybody in Congress. In 2 years, we're going to replace everybody in the House of Representatives. And within 6 years, we're going to replace all of the senators. Because we're coming for them. No incumbent survives, right? Darla Stewart said, it just appeared in San Antonio for my mom, sister, and brother-in-law. Miracle, Darla. It's a miracle. Patience, grasshopper. Grab the pebble from my stone. Learn patience. Soon you will be the master. Thanks, Susie. Mark Calcadera. The media and Democratic Party want people to comply, not question them. We're compliant, dude. We're compliant. They change the laws, and all of a sudden, it takes a while, but we become compliant. Remember, nobody used to have to wear a seatbelt. Everybody could ride around in the back of a pickup truck. Nobody had to wear helmets. Now, in states that have helmet laws, you got to wear a helmet. And every state has a seatbelt law. You got to wear a seatbelt. And every state says you can't ride around in the back of the pickup truck. Although country good boys and girls and others ride in the back of pickup trucks. So I'm just saying. Mickey sent me the link. Holler at me. So there you go. All right. So the next thing that happened is I told everybody that I wasn't going to do anything on the day that Joe Biden became the president of the United States, but he did sign. So Trump signed a whole bunch of pardons and changed a bunch of things on the way out, like he changed the keys on the typewriters, and he made all the one wheel on the chairs not turn, and he greased all of the doorknobs to the bathrooms in order to get out. So yeah, go Donald Trump. None of that happened, by the way. I was just kidding. As far as I know, I was just kidding. But so Biden went in there and he signed all of these mandates, all of these executive orders. So he made some new ones and he got rid of another. So tonight we're going to talk about two of those things. The first thing it is he made it mandatory that on federal property, on the interstate system, that you are mandatory to wear a mask, social distance, and improve sanitation processes and procedures. It was awesome. Inauguration, sign the executive orders. Let's go meet everybody on federal property and not wear a mask. So, due to the press briefing today, asked the brand new press secretary for the White House, so Joe Biden, the president of the United States, signed an executive order mandating that masks be worn on all federal property without exception, and to social distance and to increase sanitation. And then he had a party to celebrate his inauguration on federal property where he didn't wear a mask. What you got to say about that? And she was like, you know, he had things to do, and he looked like just about everybody else that got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. He's like, how am I going to answer this one? The reason why they ask the question, they just want to stick it right in their eye. And in that particular case, that was true. Because it tells you about the lunacy of making things an absolute. It's a 100-day mass challenge. And here's what the thing is. It's like Mark says. They want people to comply. But I don't know whether they really mean it or not, or whether they want to apply it to you in Middle America, and they want to hold Middle America accountable, but they get to go do whatever they want to do. And you've seen this over and over and over in the last year with the shutdowns in New York and California and in Louisiana and other places, that the people that are making the rules are not necessarily sticking with them. Now, I voluntarily wear a mask wherever I go, and I always have, I just took it out and put it in. I usually have hand sanitizer in my pocket. I use that stuff all the time. Here's the thing is, we all gotta step up our game. I'm asking everybody to step up their game. I don't want it mandated. I just want this damn thing to go away. I don't want to make anybody else sick. That's my thing. If somebody tells me that masks don't work, I go, oh, okay. I just can't hang out with you. I can't be within 6 feet of you. That's great. You don't think a mask works? It's great. It's on me. It's on me. I got to protect me. I got to protect my dad. So the second side of that is that when you wear a mask and you are on federal property, you are complying with an executive order. Once again, where's Congress on this? Where's Congress? Everything has been by fiat. Everything has been by executive order. Everything in the states, everything in the federal government, nobody is asking the legislatures, and the legislatures are the voice of the people. The voice of me and you. Yes, we elect these people to go up and to be the governor and the lieutenant governor. But our representative and our voice is supposed to be through the people. And I got news for all the governors out there and all of the people that are in charge of, like Puerto Rico and Guam and Washington, D.C., the Virgin Islands and the Marianas and stuff like that. You know how far away your damn legislators are? Your legislatures are right next door to you. All you have to do is go, hey, everybody, let's get together and figure this out. You're the voice of the people. Come on, everybody. Let's go. We're going to go and sit down in mass 6 feet apart, and we're going to go in a room. We're going to figure out what's best for the state and the people. I'm sorry. Did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. How hard is it for all the governors to call in and have a discussion on the floor to see and broadcast that to the world in the most transparent fashion, just to say, hey, look here, these are the executive orders that I came up and I implemented on an emergency basis. This is in consultation with the health officials of the state, with safety experts, and with advice from the federal government, the CDC, and the World Health Organization. This is a presentation. I made a PowerPoint slide. Here you go. These are the facts as we know them. We're not BSing you. You can go and research this information for yourself. Like, do mask work? Do hydroxychloroquine work? Does this new remdesivir work? Do mask work? Does social distancing work? What does this do to the economy? Can we trust people to do the right thing? Can we trust our businesses to do the right thing? Let's write a law together so that everybody in the state feels like they're represented and so that they have a voice what happens in their local area. And ask them, hey, look here, if we have a transmission rate or we have people dying at such a rate, do you think that we need to just shut everything down? Or do we just need to go door to door, knock on everybody's door and just go, listen, the situation's bad. We need to all stay at home and then you need to not go out. And by the way, the state paid for some hand sanitizer and the state paid for some masks and you can come pick it up at this place or at this time, but we want you to be able to go to work as much as possible so you can still make a, living for your family. So this is what all of us that you sent to our state state legislatures came up with. How hard is that? How damn hard is that? It's absolutely ridiculous. And the thing that really bothers me about this is all of our state legislatures are being supported by a person that's in the White House. It was Donald Trump that was operating by fiat. A pen and a phone. And he started making executive orders. He didn't ask Congress, and Congress complained about it. And then he went, hey, man, we need some relief over here. And then they sent my dead wife money. And then all of a sudden they said, hey, states, you need to do this. And all of a sudden they started closing stuff down. And then they gave people, you know, the option to comply or to be vilified. Come on. Here's what the deal is. There are people that need to be represented and be in the conversation that says to our state legislatures and to the people that are making these decisions, we need to do this together. Don't ledger. Then he violated the mask mandate. Exactly. He went and made a mask mandate, and then he went to a function where he obviously violated a mask mandate. The president of the United States. And they were like, well, he's trying to set an example for the people with the mask mandate. But then he had other shit to do. And that other stuff involved not wearing a mask on federal property with the vice president and the first lady and everybody else that was in the room that took off their mask to do what they were doing. But for me, not for thee. For me, not for thee. That is correct. Sorry after they get caught. Yeah, they're all sorry after they get caught. It doesn't matter whether you're in New York or whether you're in Wisconsin or California or wherever. They always suck. Might as well mandate us to use single-ply toilet paper. Hey, don't give them any ideas, Don. Don't give them any ideas. Because I'm telling you right now, they will say, let's save the trees. Let's go with single-ply. You know, although we have more trees in the United States of America and North America than we do at any time. As a matter of fact, because of global warming, because the planet's getting warmer, we actually have more green and vegetation on Earth at any time in the last 1,000 years. So there's that. So Darla Stewart Bennett says, don't give them any ideas. Ah, there you go. Me and you right there together. All right. So I was going to talk about transgender rights, but I don't have time to get into it tonight. Let me put it this way. Somebody do me a favor, get me a hold of Dan Bongino. I've tried every way from Sunday, and I'm not getting a reply back. But if everybody sends a message that says to Dan Bongino, I can make $100 if you will call Mickey Spillane. Just do me a favor, give him my name. He has a way to save Parler and save the First Amendment, your First Amendment rights on the internet. And it is way beyond what I read you the other night. So I'm going to tell you, my idea is well beyond what I read in the legislation tomorrow night. Because what I believe I'm going to do in Arkansas is I believe that I'm going to work with my legislatures in order to get a consumer protection for all internet consumers in the state of Arkansas. I really think that it's going to happen. All we have to do is get a little bit of traction, and I think that that's going to happen. The big thing is about that is now it creates a free market economy opportunity for people that want to step into that space. For people that want to step into that space, like Parler wants to step into that space, I have developed a winning strategy. I'm going to show you that fast so you can't read it. I have developed a winning strategy that goes probably for 10 pages. And in it, it says, my use of the term overlord. That's right. So the use of the term overlords, disassociating people from the internet overlords. So anyway, these are all the pages of strategy that I have for Dan Bongino in order to discuss how Parler can take the internet back, and not only take the internet back from the internet overlords, but also take it back and give it back to the people where it belongs. And once you find out what the teeter-totter is, right? So the teeter-totter of balance is we were all on the same level playing field. Here's the basic philosophy. We used to be all on the same level playing field, and we're not anymore because we communicate differently. So now that we communicate differently, now we are filtering ourselves and others depending on where you are in the chain. And our young people have accepted being filtered. They understand that they have to comply. We're using that word again. We have to comply with user mandates. And they literally think that the Constitution of the United States should be a user agreement. That they, at the federal government level, get to make decisions for all of the people. And then you have to live inside of the box. Rather than the people make all of the rules, and then they go, hey, look here, you're free to do whatever you want inside of here. Not I created a box and you got to stay in. You get to go do whatever you want, and then all of a sudden we're going to, oh, hey, wait a minute, that's too far. You're not allowed to beat people up. All right, so that's the law. You're free to do anything else in the world. You're free to do anything else, but you're not allowed to beat people up. Oh, ho, ho. Too many people are speeding on down the road. We're going to have to slow them down. So we're going to make a specific law that says that you are not allowed to speed on down the road. But everything else, you can do everything else. And that's what we do. We have individual and targeted laws specifically that relate to problems that we have as a society. But what they have done now is they have said, you are going to fit in between our filtering system. We're going to filter everything that you say, everything you do, everything you transmit. And when they filter everything that transmits and prevents your message and your ideas and your concepts from going to other people because they don't like them, or they're upsetting to a third party, or they just don't even have to give you a reason, now all of a sudden you got to fill in the strainer. Instead of having very, very specific things that you can and cannot do, they're like, oh, no. We're going to determine as you do it what is appropriate and not appropriate. Inside of the framework of that, somebody give me a hold of Dan Bongino, because I got a whole bunch of notes that I got to talk to him. Oh, and by the way, when he implements these, he's going to see a whole new world. And you're going to see a whole new world. So my agenda is, first, save the internet. Second, save the country in Congress, because I got time before the next congressional election. So remember, Operation 535, don't do anything fancy. Just at the bottom of every single post, write 535. And when somebody asks about it, just go, hey, we're spreading the word that we're going to overturn everybody in Congress. No incumbent survives. And the reason we don't want them to survive is we don't want to change the game. We just want to play the players. You keep your politics. I keep my politics. You just send, if you vote blue, just send anybody blue that's up there except the person that's up there. If you vote red, just anybody except the red that you would normally vote for. We got some incredible and talented people in the United States of America. We need to send them to Congress. So that's Operation 535. Second thing is internet user protection. We need to be able to do consumer protection for people that use the internet, and that's coming as soon as we can get some legislatures in the states to do that. So that's where we're going with it. So, hey, remember, Mickey in the Middle, every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, right here, wherever I am. Thank you very much for tuning in. I love you, and I love doing the show. Thank you very much for all of the comments, and I appreciate you taking the time to come and spend it with me, because I know that your time is valuable, and I want you to know that I really do appreciate it. And thank you for listening to my ideas, and thank you very much for telling me your ideas so I can also share them with everybody. So go for it, Don. No, Don Ledger, we don't need single ply. So with that being said, my name is Mickey. This is Mickey in the Middle, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, right here, wherever I am. I'll talk to you later. Remember to live, laugh, love. Peace, everybody. See ya.